Hello YouTube, in this tutorial we will learn how to group things like numbers and how to extract and do something with every one of them. So this thing will be done using array, so you need to say array in front of it and then you need to close command. But of course you need to have some handle for this operation of this grouping, and before that we will put something like stuff equals array and then bunch of elements. Okay, so array is a generic term for box basically, and you can have individual elements, but you can also have elements that will be composed of left side and the right side, like keys and values, and we will learn about that in the next tutorials, but let's just stick for this for now. So these things can be numbers, can be strings, a bunch of characters, can be individual letters, and so on. So let's just stay with the numbers because it's easy to work with them. Right, so this is like a box and this is like a handle for box. So let's go with some activity, and to do that we will use Foreach. So for each element in this box with the name of stuff, we want to do something with that. So how to do that? Well, you need to open bracket, and inside first you will state what is a handle for that thing, and in this case this is just stuff. Okay, now this is one part of the story. After that you need to say as, and after that we will say what will be generic, like a symbol, like an abstract symbol for any one of those. And we will use something like totally generic here, like X. You can use whatever you like, but just remember that when you're using for each, you need inside of brackets state both of these things, big box and what will be the handle for every individual element from that box, and in between you will just use as. Now if you're coming here from Python background, this will be totally weird, and I completely understand you, but PHP is a PHP and not Python. And yeah, so we need to work with this arrangement here. So after that we need to do some operation. So let's do that, like print or echo, and we are going to say unique element is, and then we'll just say X down there. Okay, now we don't need here to say stuff. Okay, that's already done here, so we are just working with every individual element and we are grabbing that through this handle. Okay, so let me print that, and we are into index.php, so let's do that. And there you go, but I forgot to use break here, and for simplicity reasons I've just put it down there because I don't like to having HTML element into these commands. Okay, I want to split that thing, it will be nicer. Right, so this works, and yeah, I mean we can even use like li's, like in the HTML individual elements. So let's actually do that, maybe it will be nicer. So where I was, up here we need to say UL, that's a classical HTML stuff, but we also need to well print it, and down there we need to close it outside of for each. Okay, so let's close it, and here we will just say echo, and well, let's say right here echo li, and down there we are going to close it. Okay, li, and that's pretty much it. So here we will have those individual dots, and here will be actual numbers. Maybe that's, you know, interesting to you or something. Oops, oh yeah, semicolon, normal stuff, normal error. Right, now here's the thing. As I said, can we use something else here? Well, sure, yeah, let's use a couple of strings, like something from here. Okay, and that will also work, no problem. Okay, now can we use strings and numbers? Well, sure, no problem. We are not limited by, you know, type of element pretty much. We can even use decimals. And there you go, see, the thing works. So what is the practical example here? Well, let's use something silly but something that will work. Okay, so let's here state couple of applications that we are going to run. Okay, let's change this thing to calculator and notepad, and I don't know, again calculator, who cares. Right, so now we don't need to have these prints, and we will substitute this thing with system, and we will run those individual commands through for each block of code by stating system_x, and that basically means apply system on every of those things from stuff and their programs. Okay, so let's do that. And also here, maybe it's more understandable. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we have calculator and then notepad and then again calculator. Refresh. There you go, that's pretty much it. How many of calculators? Only one. Why? Because see, when we have run notepad, we need to do something to this type of application. So next calculator will be executed when we exit notepad. See, there you go. So you must have that separation in your head between normal applications that will just pop up on the screen and applications where you actually need to do something like typing actual text and code and I don't know, doing pictures and so on. So let's actually try that with MS Paint. Okay, and the same thing will be, well, yeah, let's substitute calculator with notepad with calculator, because then all these three applications will pop up on the screen. Okay, so refresh. 1, 2, and MS Paint, where is it? Yeah, there you go. So it's a little bit bigger application, so it needs more time. But that's, you know, pretty much it. So just remember that this is a pseudo structure, like you will have something, and that something will be just a handle for a bunch of stuff, which will be under array, and those things. Don't forget semicolon, and after that you will use for each. Just copy paste something down there, and don't forget as, and then use x or something totally else. Okay, it's totally up to you what kind of things you will use as a handle for these individual elements, so it's totally up to you. Okay, but once when you define this thing here, you must use it down there exactly like it's up here. Okay, and after that normal stuff, do some operation operation, do some operation like printing things on a screen or running, you know, scripts, or who knows, you know, it's totally up to you. Right, so that will be it for this tutorial, and as always, thank you for watching, for subscription, and see you next one.